Ever wondered how ancient traders crossed vast deserts to build the world's first global economy? Join us on an epic journey through time, exploring how these magnificent creatures revolutionized trade routes and connected distant civilizations across burning sands. Let's take a closer look at why camels earned the nickname ships of the desert. These remarkable animals come equipped with natural features that make them perfect for desert trade. Their wide, padded feet act like natural snowshoes, preventing them from sinking into soft sand. But here's what's really amazing. Camels can go without water for up to 2 weeks and survive temperature swings from freezing cold to blazing hot. Their humps aren't just for show either. They store fat that can be converted into water and energy when food is scarce. These adaptations made camels absolutely essential for merchants who needed to transport valuable goods across vast desert expanses. Let's journey back to ancient Arabia, where the story of global trade begins with the sweet smell of success. Around 1000 BCE, traders discovered that the southern Arabian Peninsula produced some of the most valuable substances in the ancient world: frankincense and myrrh. These fragrant resins weren't just luxury perfumes, they were essential for religious ceremonies across Egypt, Greece, and Rome. A pound of top-quality frankincense could sell for its weight in gold. Merchants loaded their camels with these precious aromatics and set off on the famous incense route, a network of trails stretching 2,400 kilometers from modern-day Yemen to the Mediterranean coast. This wasn't just about smelling nice. These trade routes helped build some of history's most powerful kingdoms. Now let's explore how camels became the unsung heroes of the legendary Silk Road. These hardy animals carried precious Chinese silk, spices, and other luxuries across treacherous terrain, from the heart of China all the way to Rome. A typical caravan could include hundreds of camels, each carrying up to 400 pounds of goods. These camel trains would stop at oasis cities like Samarkand and Bukhara, where merchants would trade, rest, and resupply. The journey wasn't just about silk. Traders also carried paper, gunpowder, and new ideas between east and west. Thanks to these camel caravans, Roman ladies wore silk dresses, Chinese artists used new painting techniques, and different cultures shared their foods, technologies, and beliefs. Let's explore the fascinating world of ancient oasis cities, the ultimate pit stops of the desert trade routes. These weren't just simple water holes. They were bustling commercial hubs where tired traders could rest their camels and do business. Cities like Palmyra in Syria and Petra in Jordan grew incredibly wealthy by offering safe haven to merchant caravans. They provided essential services: fresh water, food supplies, secure storage for valuable goods, and places to trade. These cities also collected taxes from passing traders, making them incredibly rich and powerful. The architecture was amazing too. They built huge water systems, temples, and markets that could handle thousands of visitors. Some oasis cities even became famous for specific trades like glassmaking or textile production. Let's unpack the treasure chests of ancient desert trade. The most valuable cargo wasn't always the most obvious. Take salt, for instance. In ancient Africa, it was literally worth its weight in gold. Speaking of gold, the precious metal flowed north from sub-Saharan Africa, while salt traveled south from Saharan mines. Spices were another hot commodity. Pepper from India could sell for 15 times its original price in Roman markets. Traders also carried silk, ivory, precious stones, and exotic animals. But here's something fascinating. These caravans didn't just transport goods. They were also moving banks, with merchants using an early form of checks called sack to avoid carrying heavy coins across dangerous routes. Now let's uncover the incredible navigation skills of ancient desert traders. Without GPS or maps, these merchants relied on nature's own guidance system, the stars. The North Star, or Polaris, was their most reliable companion, staying fixed in the night sky while other stars appeared to rotate around it. During the day, traders followed the sun's position and used landmarks like distinctive rock formations and ancient stone markers. They also developed detailed mental maps, memorizing the locations of wells, oases, and dangerous areas. Experienced caravan leaders, known as caravanserai, passed this knowledge down through generations, creating a sophisticated oral tradition of desert navigation that kept trade flowing for centuries. Let's peek into the daily life of these ancient desert travelers. A typical day for a camel caravan started before dawn, when temperatures were coolest. Traders would load their camels with precise care. Too much weight on one side could injure the animal. They typically traveled about 25 miles per day, stopping during the intense midday heat. Meals were simple: dried dates, flatbread, and dried meat, while water was strictly rationed. Traders developed clever tricks like wrapping cloth around their faces to protect from sandstorms and traveling in single file to follow the exact footsteps of the lead camel. At night, they'd form circles with their camels, creating natural windbreaks for sleeping. Life on ancient trade routes wasn't just about business, it was about survival. Desert bandits were a constant threat to merchant caravans, forcing traders to develop sophisticated protection strategies. Caravans would travel in large groups, sometimes hiring armed guards called kafirs for protection. Some merchants even paid regular tributes to local tribal leaders for safe passage through their territories. These weren't just simple robberies. Bandits could steal entire fortunes in silk, spices, or gold in a single raid. To reduce risks, traders developed secret routes, traveled at night, and used complex systems of scouts. They also created early warning networks between caravans, sharing information about dangerous areas and recent attacks. Desert trade routes weren't just highways for goods. They were superhighways for ideas and innovations. As camel caravans traveled between different civilizations, they carried more than silk and spices in their cargo. Mathematical concepts like algebra spread from India to Arabia and then to Europe. New farming techniques traveled along these routes, introducing crops like cotton and sugar to new regions. Religious ideas also moved with the traders. Buddhism spread from India to China, while Islamic teachings traveled from Arabia to Southeast Asia. Even art styles mixed and merged as traders shared stories and craftsmen exchanged techniques. Languages blended too, creating new trading languages that helped merchants communicate across cultural boundaries. The ancient desert trade routes might seem like distant history, but their influence continues to shape our world today. Modern highways often follow these ancient paths, like China's Belt and Road Initiative, which closely mirrors the old Silk Road. Cities that were once crucial desert trading posts, such as Dubai and Istanbul, remain major commercial centers. Even our modern banking system has roots in these routes. The Arabic word sak evolved into our modern check. The camel caravans may be gone, but their legacy lives on in the global trade networks that connect our modern world, showing how these ancient desert highways helped lay the foundation for today's international commerce. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through ancient trade routes. If you enjoyed learning about these desert highways of history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Stay curious, and we'll see you in our next historical adventure.